Havels yesterday came out with its numbers, and while it was expected that the quarter would be a washout for most companies in the space, they seem to have done a lot better than what their estimates were. Significantly better on the operational front as well, in line with what the largest companies in India Inc. have done. Let's get in Mr. Anurag Gupta to talk about his experience of the quarter that it seemed like a quarter, but it wasn't. And what can he tell us about what the outlook could be like? Mr. Gupta, good having you. Thanks so much for taking the time out and speaking to us at Bloomberg Quint. Hope all is safe.
All is safe. Thank you very much, Neeraj.
That's good. Can you tell us a bit about the quarter, or the quarter that was, simply because I'm guessing for you as well, at least 33% of the quarter would have been a washout?
Yes, not only 33%, but more than that. So 45%, March and April are big months for seasonal products like fans and air conditioners. So we actually saw almost like a 45%, 50% washout. You said about the experience in the first quarter. I wish this experience is never experienced again. So, but every crisis gives you opportunities to relook at your business, and I think that's what we've done in the last 2 or 3 months. So obviously, one time the performance looks quite tepid right now, but given the fact that what the situation was, we've definitely turned out much more satisfied as compared to what we initially started the quarter with. But going forward, I think we are excited with the opportunities, with the kind of initiatives that the company has taken during the last quarter, the efficiency drives which the company has done. So I believe when things come back to normal, we should be looking at a stronger company.
Did you sense some bit of normalcy returning in the month of end June and maybe the first few days of July, or is it too soon to say, because it could be a pent-up demand or a mixture of a lot of factors?
As far as sales are concerned, definitely yes, there was normalcy in the second half of May and the entire June. I would say that it was a bit better than expected. Could be pent-up demand, could be many reasons, also consumer behavior changing. And we also saw that consumer products did better than even the industrial products, because industrial products were taking more time for the projects to restart and the labor to come back on the sites and projects. So we saw better traction in the consumer products. Continuing into the July, first week of July, also things looked quite stable. However, in certain pockets of the markets, things continue to go up and down because of the constant lockdown. Some states announced maybe a weekend, Saturday and Sunday off, or some states have now said, okay, 2 days a week will be off. Some states have announced a complete shutdown in certain markets. So there is up and down going on at the present moment. So it's difficult to immediately say out when and how things will become normal. But it's okay. I think the companies have also realigned their cost structure so that they can take care of this kind of a demand.
Just a follow-up though, you reckon that whether by force of hand or otherwise, but you and some of your peers, the largest companies in India, have relooked at the cost structures and the efficiencies, I guess, in the last 3 months. Is this the new normal, or do you reckon that this is a bit of a temporary situation and cost can't stay at these levels and they eventually might go up a little bit?
So again, I would say, Neeraj, good companies would have looked at their good costs and bad costs, and sometimes bad costs continue to remain even when things are going normally. When there is no crisis, people keep, let's say, going along with the bad costs as well. I think this shutdown or stoppage of work has forced companies to relook at their efficiency parameters, their cost structures, what are the good costs to continue to retain, and what are the bad costs if they've taken out in this quarter, which should not come back in the coming quarters or coming years. So those are the kind of decisions which I think most of the companies. But to answer your question, yes, a lot of the cost will come back. For example, marketing communications, you need to continue to develop your brand in the future. You need to continue to expand your distribution channel. So there will be certain costs which will come back. But certain bad costs, which are inefficiency costs, or new ways of working. So, maybe more of use of digital technology, maybe even visiting customers could be a lot on the digital channel. So a lot of things will change in the coming times as well. So I think some good costs, the good costs will remain, bad costs should not come back.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Gupta, a small question really. You kind of, if I can use the term, morphed into a much larger player by virtue of the categories and that you have given out in the last 6 months, the distributorship that you've really expanded as I read reports. Can you tell us a bit about what a new normal situation for a company like you could look like? Because compared to what Havells was, I think 12 months ago, you're a significantly larger player now. So in a post-COVID world, how would this larger Havells operate of sorts? Whether it be via distributors, via direct channels, or via the increased number of products that you have?
Well, I think I would not say that there has been a complete transformation in the last 12 months. This has been an ongoing exercise for many, many years now. Our focus on expanding categories in this, in our related diversification or related fields has always been there. We were a switchgear company, we got into wires and cables 20 years ago, then fans, then lighting and domestic appliances, water heaters, and recently personal grooming, industrial products. So there has been a constant expansion of categories and constant expansion of distribution channels over a longer period of time. Yes, it has made us a larger company.